What are your goals? Seems like a pretty simple question, right? Well, not really. In 1979, researchers at the Harvard Business School conducted a study among that graduating class where they asked those students questions regarding the goals that they have. Here's what they discovered. Surprisingly, 84% said that they had no goals. 13% said they have goals generally in mind, and a slim 3% said they have written goals. Now, which category would you put yourself in? By learning how to properly set goals, we will enable ourselves to achieve those desired goals, which will bring about various benefits into our lives. By serving a mission, I was able to learn firsthand how goal setting can be very beneficial. Now, through articles and studies that have been done by various researchers, I see that there is a great need for a person to set goals in their life. I will show you a chart that shows you the relationship among the way you set a goal and then how that affects the achievement of that goal. I will then also remind you of a goal method that we can apply in our life right now. I will then illustrate the difference between a person who sets a goal and a person who does not set a goal. I will then conclude with this Harvard Business study because they follow up with these same students following 10 years. Now, an author and writer named Diana Jenkins advocates that the greatest problem students have in relation to school is related to irresponsibility, not inability. So this tells me that as college students, we all have the ability to be successful in whatever we choose to do, specifically in our education, but what stops us is irresponsibility, which I can consider to be poor time management. I believe goal setting is a way that we can overcome that barrier of poor time management skills and other barriers that get in our way. I want to show you this chart here that has 5 different groups concerning goals. Now, the first group you can see is where they just think about the goals, compared to group number 5, where they not only just think about goals, but they also write down the goals, they formulate action commitments, they write progress reports, and they send to a supportive friend. So there are other factors with this group 5, including accountability and measuring your progress. In this chart, you can see that there is a significant difference among group 5 and group 1. Now you can see that just simply thinking of your goal, you can achieve something, but you'll be more effective if you apply other areas into your goal setting method. Now I also want to remind you of a method called the SMART goal method, where the goal is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. By implementing these factors, we will increase our chance of achieving the goal. I want to focus on 2 aspects of it, though: accountability and measuring your progress. Ronnie Dotson, who is a superintendent of a school district in Kentucky, has said, if the accountability piece is missing from the activity, the likelihood of the student actually completing the activity decreases. Therefore, if you want to increase your chance of achieving a goal, you need to have accountability in it. To go along with measuring your progress, American economist Michael Jensen has said, there's overwhelming evidence showing that what gets measured in relation to goals gets done. So therefore, we need to measure our progress so we can achieve our goal. Now you might be thinking, well, Tanner, you're talking about setting goals and how we can do that, but what are the benefits of it? Gary Latham, who is a Secretary of State Professor of Organizational Effectiveness, tells us that the psychological benefits of this is enhanced task interest, pride in performance, a heightened sense of personal confidence, and in most cases, many practical life benefits such as better jobs and higher pay. I mean, who wouldn't want those benefits? Now, I want you to imagine that there are two separate individuals here. One individual simply says that they want to lose 20 pounds, while this individual says they want to lose 20 pounds, but they also write that goal down. They also tell their family and friends that they want to lose 20 pounds. They give them a time frame to lose 20 pounds in, let's say, 5 months. And they write goals on watching what they eat and how they can increase their physical activity. And then as they go through their journey, they measure their progress. Now, which person do you think will lose 20 pounds? To conclude, I want to go over that Harvard business study with you. So they interviewed those same students after 10 years, and the results were very astonishing. So what they discovered was that the 13% of the class who had goals generally in mind made on average twice as much as those students of that 84% who said that they didn't have any goals. Now, that 3% who had goals that were written down earned on average 10 times as much as the 97% combined. Now, I encourage you all to start simple, to think of one goal that you can do and make a plan to achieve it, and tell a friend about it. By developing and learning how to properly set goals, we will enable ourselves to achieve those desired goals, which will bring about various benefits into our life.